fish in the sea. It'll be so empty without me. Now this looks like a job for me. So everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. I said this looks like a job for me. So everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are listening to the most electrifying podcast in all of internet radio today. You are listening to the Sportswire. My name is Big Daddy Cool Vinny Apicella, and I'm here with you live here from Sportswire Studios in cloudy New Britain, Connecticut. Today, actually, you can see the blue of the sky poking out, but it is cloudy here. We've got a jam-packed show for today. Happy 7-Eleven Day. Today is July 11th, 2016, and we are here with you for the next hour and a half, or whatever, however long it takes to get through what we got. The chat is open. Definitely send in some messages. We are here live. I apologize. For some reason, Facebook kind of got screwy. I couldn't post the link in the post that I wanted to, but either way, the fact is we are here live, and that's all that matters. So let's hope that some people tune in, because the link is there. And I want to see why it's not. I'm going to try to copy the link one more time. Okay, it is copied. Let's try to get some. There we go. Now, of course, it's there. Not tagged with whoever I needed it to be tagged with. But you know what? It is what it is. And we're going to try to get everything there. We want everybody to tune in, because this is the Sportswire. This is the absolute best in entertainment and internet radio today, and we are here live on Blackline Entertainment and Sports Network. It is about 10:05 a.m. right now, Eastern Time, and like I said, we are here in Connecticut. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Alright. Now Facebook is going to tell me that I have to saying that I tag too many people or I edit too much. Either way, the fact is we are here live, and that's all that matters, right? Okay, so I have to say something. All right, I have to go to the point that I am saying something right now. This past week we had a very bad incident in Dallas, Texas. I think it was Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, where there was a Black Lives Matter movement, or a riot, not a protest, I should say, a Black Lives Matter protest, into the point that 11 cops were shot, 5 were killed, 6 are still hurt, or maybe the numbers are all a little off, but yeah, and it has the nation up in arms. Okay, it's creating division, it's creating separation, it's creating so much hatred in this world. And you know what? It goes back to one thing. And you know, a lot of people, if you've listened to the Sportswire over the past few months, you've probably known me to kind of be talking maybe about it. You know, maybe I've become a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. But you know what? You got to open your eyes and look at things. All right, because a lot of this is all tied together. It's all connected. All of this is imagined. All of this is fake. All of this is not real. Okay. So what? I don't post about things on our Sportswire Facebook page because of the simple fact that we have been. You know, I don't like to give in to the hate. I really don't. I do not like to give in to the hate, because the hatred is what that's what I want. The hatred is unfortunately what separates us and divides us. And that's going to make our country even worse than it already is. So, yeah, somebody just posted a picture of Barack Obama. You know, I can't Here's the deal. I really do feel that if you watch, because this is all spurned by President Obama not supporting the police officers. See, now I don't exactly. Oh, you know what? Before we get into any of that, and this is how frazzled everything has gotten me. It's gotten everybody. Okay, I forgot that we're going to give our first fruits to God, and really bless this episode, bless the show, bless the people that are listening. So let's go to God in prayer. Let's try to get God to kind of watch over us and help us, the God within us. Father God, I know you're watching. I know that you're in me. I know that you're sending me power, Lord. I know that you're sending everybody power. And I want to just pray for this entire world. I want to be the change, Lord. I don't want to see violence. I don't want to see killings. I don't want to see, all these kind of riots. I want to see peace and love. I want to see people getting together and working out their issues and realizing that there's one main enemy, and that is Satan. Whatever word you have for him, or whatever word anybody else has for him, Lord, I pray that we are able to come together as the one being, the one connected human race that we are, and really knock out all the corruption, knock out all the ridiculous hatred in this world, Father. There's so much of it. It's got me completely frazzled. It's got a lot of people completely frazzled, Lord. And we just don't know what to do. We don't know the next step. Okay? But we know we know the steps inside of us. I pray that you help us to see them and to make those necessary adjustments and steps to, to prove to people that we need love. We need peace. We need all of this in our world. So I want to thank you, Father, for being in me. Thank you, God, for being in me, giving me the power to change what I have to change, and to have this outlet, this vehicle to talk to people. So thank you for everything you do on a daily basis, Lord, and I ask all this through your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. With that said, let's get to our worship song of the day. I haven't played it, but it's called Skillet. Or I'm sorry, it's called Good to Be Alive by the band Skillet, right here on the Sportswire.
When all you got are broken dreams, just need a second chance. And everything you wanna be gets taken from your hands. We hold on to each other. All we have is all we need. 'Cause one way or another, make it you and me. This life can almost kill ya when you're trying to survive. It's good to be here with ya, and it's good to be alive. It's good to be alive. I was lost and I was gone. I was almost dead inside. You and me against the world. It's a beautiful night. It's good to be alive. 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 Driving down this highway, soaking up the sun. Got miles to go before we get home, and the journey's just begun. We hold on to each other. You are everything I need. You feel like forever. You're a second chance for me. This life can almost kill ya when you're trying
that was Skillet with Good to Be Alive right here on the Sportswire. You know, I want to thank everybody for, if you're tuning in and listening. I know I've been putting out the links, so definitely thank you. Send in some chats. I want to get some people to chime in on on what's going on in this not even in this world, but in this country right now. There's so much going on, and I'm trying to not give into the hate. I'm trying to rise above the hate. You know, like I said, I'm going to see if I can find that and see if I could get a quick thing to play it. So give me a second while I'm talking here. I'm going to try to find that, try to find a YouTube clip of what John Cena, that thing that they because I didn't play it. But I wonder. So let me see if I could get that up and running. But I want to say that, it's really hard to actually be the kind of person to rise above hate in this world, because there's so much hatred and so many people are buying into it. The media has it all over the place. It's true. The media has hatred all over everywhere. Because it's I guess it's better for ratings. and that's the sad part, is that people I want to see if it's on here. I don't know. Yes, we are America. Love has no labels, or love has no limits. Can't remember which one it was. Alright, yeah, it was.
Patriots.
Okay, yep. So, I'm going to get this here and get this set. There we go. It's processing now. And I want to play this because, we really are the kind of nation where we could band together as one. It doesn't have to be a white versus black thing. Okay, we have to get rid of the racism in this country. And unfortunately, the racism is going to be here. It's sad but true, because there's so many things fueling it. And I'm going to read something by Richard Sherman a little later on in the show. There we go. Okay. I'm going to play this now. John Cena put this out last Monday, and I think it was like after the show that I saw it, so I didn't get a chance to play it. But this is John Cena, and he did something for the 4th of July. Basically saying love has no limits, love has no labels, and I that's kind of like what I've been living by. So let me play this now, and you can hear it for yourself. Again, WWE superstar John Cena. This came out last week for 4th of July.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. Love. But what really makes up this country of ours? What is it we love? It's the people. Almost half the country belongs to minority groups. People who are lesbian, African American, and bi, and transgender, and Native American, and proud of it. After all, what's more American than freedom to celebrate the things that make us, us? This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, disability, sexuality, race, religion, and any other labels. Because the second any of us judge people based on those labels, we're not really being patriotic, are we? Because love has no labels.
Alright, that was a shorter version of the video that was passed around Facebook, so I apologize. Because he went into different statistics and everything, so that was a little different than what was. I want to see if I can find the longer version, because that was, it was much more in depth than, than what was just there. But it makes sense. Love has no labels, and love has no limits either. But it's true. When it comes to this country, we have not just Connecticut. The United States is a melting pot. If you remember, we were founded by Christopher Columbus. Yes, I know I'm getting it. That's a little touchy because people say the Native Americans were here first, and I agree, they were, but it wasn't on the map until the Europeans came over, and that was from Christopher Columbus. So I do want to say that, I do want to say that, unfortunately, this is the whole thing. Okay, yeah, it was by the Ad Council. Okay, so let me get that up and running here for you in just a second. And so I'm going to download this, and then I'll play that for you as well. Oop, there we go. Yeah, 3 minutes. Okay. So this is the longer version. So I will get that for you as soon as it downloads. But it's true. The United States is a melting pot. Everybody here comes from a family of immigrants, okay? And whether it's African, whether it's Hispanic, whether it's Italian, Jewish, whoever, we are all here as a melting pot because that's the way it's been. That's the way we were founded, okay? We are America, featuring John Cena. There we go. I think that's the one. Here we go. So let me play this now. This is the full version of John Cena's We Are America. Okay, so here we go.
Patriotism. There's a word thrown around a lot. It inspires passionate debate and is worn like a badge of honor, and with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. Love. For a word designed to unite, it can also be pretty divisive. You see, there's more to patriotism than flag sequin onesies and rodeos and quadruple cheeseburgers. Patriotism is love for a country, not just pride in it. But what really makes up this country of ours? What is it we love? It's more than just a huge rock full of animals like cougars and eagles, right? It's the people. Do me a favor. Close your eyes for a second. I want to try something out. Picture the average U.S. citizen. Think about it. How old are they? What's their hair like? How much can they bench? You got one? Okay. So chances are, the person you're picturing right now looks a little different to the real average American. There are 319 million U.S. citizens. 51% are female. So first off, the average American is a woman. Cool, huh? Is that what you pictured? 54 million are Latino, 40 million senior citizens, 27 million are disabled, 18 million are Asian. That's more people in the U.S. than play football and baseball combined. 9 million are lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, more than the entire amount of people that live in the state of Virginia. Around 10 million are redhead, 5.1 million play ultimate frisbee, and 3.5 million are Muslim. Triple the number of people currently serving in the United States military. Almost half the country belongs to minority groups. People who are lesbian, African American, and bi, and transgender, and Native American, and proud of it. We know that labels don't devalue us, they help define us, keeping us dialed into our cultures and our beliefs and who we are as Americans. After all, what's more American than freedom to celebrate the things that make us, us? I mean, it's stitched into the stars and stripes of this country. From the Constitution to Gettysburg, to our motto, E pluribus unum, from many, one. It's even in our country's name, the United States. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, disability, sexuality, race, religion, and any other labels. Because the second any of us judge people based on those labels, we're not really being patriotic, are we? So let's try this one more time. Close your eyes. Picture the average Joe or Joan or Juan or Jean-Luc. The real people who make America, America. And this year, whenever you feel the urge to don those star-spangled shorts, set off fireworks the size of my biceps to show love for our country, remember that to love America is is to love all Americans. Because love has no labels.
All right, so that was the full ad of Love Has No Limits, and Love Has No Labels. So that was the full one, and I'm glad that I found it because I wanted to play it for everybody. And it's and it's so true, and I'm glad, and that's why John Cena is a stand-up citizen, stand-up athlete. And I really have to say that it's one of those things where we have to be one together. We are, the numbers are right there. And there, it's like so many people who we think are quote unquote minorities are actually part of the average makeup of society nowadays. It's really, it really is what it is. And, we need to just embrace everybody. Rise above hate. That's exactly what John Cena's one of shirts are. It's rise above hate. I have to admit, while I was playing, I was doing a little bit of research for UFC 200, and I went out to WrestleZone because I wanted to get this. That's where I get all my wrestling news, and although I got very, very excited for a second because I saw there's a headline, WME/IMG to acquire UFC. So Dana White is selling it, and I thought it said WWE. So I mean, I got a little bit excited for a second, but so I mean, either way, UFC 200. Brock Lesnar did win. He beat Mark Hunt, I believe, in the third round by a unanimous decision. So it was his first time back in the octagon. And I have to say, it's probably a big deal for not only for UFC to have Brock back, but for the WWE as well, because he's basically doing both right now. He'll be at SummerSlam. He's fighting Randy Orton at SummerSlam, which Randy Orton sent out a pretty awesome tweet, and he did. He said, "We'll see you at SummerSlam. Congratulations to the Beast." But it's going to end up being the Beast versus the Viper at SummerSlam. I will say that I am really happy that Brock Lesnar is, back in UFC because he's a legitimate badass. You look at him and see, I feel he should be in UFC because with him being in the WWE, as we all know that it's fixed. I'm never going to say fake, but it is, a fixed product. Good morning, Wayne. Thank you for joining us, Wayne Jones, chairman of Black Line Entertainment Music Group. I want to thank you for listening. But so here's the deal. I do feel that Brock should be in UFC because he's a legitimate fighter. With the WWE being so fixed, as we all know, and Brock has said it said it directly. He's open about it that he's just there for the paycheck. He really doesn't have any passion towards sports entertainment or professional wrestling. And he dials in his matches, in my opinion. When it comes to certain people. When he fought The Undertaker, those matches were great. I mean, I really think he had his heart into those. But the match against John Cena, the match against Dean Ambrose. I honestly don't feel that he really was into it like he should have been. So the question remains, and the other thing is, why did they have Lesnar versus Orton for SummerSlam? What about the thing they were going to start with the Wyatt family that they never finished? I know that, Luke Harper got hurt, and some of them were hurt, for directly after WrestleMania, but now they're back. Why can't you have, put him into a match that's going to be reasonable that he, let's say, Braun Strowman and Lesnar. I think, even though Strowman is not necessarily a great athlete at this point, and he hasn't proven himself to be a caliber to face Lesnar, but he's a big guy, and, maybe Orton is the best choice for him, since Strowman hasn't come into his own as a perennial big man. He has to kind of take lessons from the Big Show, and guys like that are the legitimate big guys. All right. So coming up is WWE Battleground. They're still having the Fatal 4-Way match. The Triple Threat match for the world title. It is Roman Reigns against Seth Rollins against Dean Ambrose for the WWE World Heavyweight the WWE Championship. From what I've heard, they're going to crown a new World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam, since the brand extension is going to be next week. Next Tuesday, SmackDown goes live on Tuesdays with the draft show. That they're going to actually split Raw and SmackDown again, which I think is a fantastic thing. I've said that for a while now, that they need to go back to the brand extension. I did my fantasy picks. I posted them up on Facebook. I don't think it's going to go that way, but I wouldn't mind seeing Brock go to SmackDown. Put him there, because quite honestly, I know he'll be on Raw because Raw is the flagship. But if they do the writing correctly, there was a while back during the Attitude Era where SmackDown was better than Raw, and that was with that was maybe 2002, 2003, during the Ruthless Aggression era, when Paul Heyman was writing it. SmackDown was actually better than Raw, and I will be the first person to say how shocked I was on that, but they were. And I hope that they do a complete brand split where they have separate writing teams for Raw and SmackDown. You have the separate championships, you have the separate rosters, the separate general managers. From what I hear, Shane McMahon is going to be running SmackDown while Stephanie runs Raw. I would like to see it flipped, kind of put the authority on SmackDown instead of putting Shane on SmackDown. But either way, it's going to be good. 8 o'clock p.m. on Tuesdays on USA Network. Starting on July 19th will be SmackDown. Coming up, just a programming for this network, for Blackline Entertainment and Sports Network. We will have this Saturday the kickoff to the NFL season. The Connecticut Panthers are in Hartford, Connecticut to take on the Hartford Colts at Dillon Stadium, live right here on Blackline Entertainment and Sports Network, which means that welcome to the Westworld, Saturday Night Live with D West will be on Sunday night for the football season. So that'll be going to Sunday nights while the NFL Connecticut Panthers have Saturday nights. We're still working on other teams coming in. So this network, to grow it, has been a work in progress, folks. I do want to let you know, for the people that have been listening to our programming, we also do have, supposedly, and it's actually been scheduled, so we'll see if it goes through, having a show on tonight, boxing show, actually. From what I heard, it's going to debut tonight. We'll see if that goes through or not. So, we are trying to grow it. We are trying to get more programming on. And, we're always looking for sponsors. So, if you're a business out there and, we're always looking to get sponsorship. This has been a great venture between Blackline Entertainment Music Group and Sportswire Entertainment. And I think it's gonna just grow from here. We do have the Climax that's on Friday nights, and we do have Curtis Pacheco's House of Music that has been going on monthly. BD's Music Time Box as well has been on monthly. So going forward in the football season, you'll have the Connecticut Panthers football games, and any other football games will probably end up being on demand. But we will definitely keep you posted on that. I'm in new talks with the New London County Sharks as well to get some programming on here. I was told that the Western Mass Armor and the Southern Connecticut Sting were also interested in putting their shows on and putting their games on here, but I haven't heard anything much from them lately either. So we'll see. Semi-pro football is one of those things where it's very low budget, and we'll see how it goes. But I want to try to bring some awareness, so we'll see what we have to do to get these programs up and running. I'm going to get to our next song. It's a debut song. Okay, it's a debut song off of the new album from Katie Perkins. The single is called "Take My Hand." Right here on the Sportswire. Listen to it. "Take My Hand" by Katie Perkins. Right here on the Sportswire.
Take my hand, follow me. We will find the whispers of your heart. A place of love, a place of worth, beneath the pain and the scars. Listen to that voice inside, tender, full of love, gentle, ready to know you underneath your broken heart. Remember who you are. Take my hand, we'll find a way to look deep inside through the pain. All you need is a listening heart. So take my hand and remember who you are. All we have and all we give flows from the heart. Spirit dwells in the restless soul. All you have and all you give rises up so well. Our hearts all beat as one, different for each and everyone. Open your heart, set it free, set yourself free. You'll remember who you are. Take my hand, we'll find a way to look deep inside through the pain. All you need is a listening heart. So take my hand and remember who you are. I hear your voice, you hear it too. I hold you close, your heart is love. The first step was rough, we stood together. You are the precious life. Take my hand, we'll find a way to look deep inside through the pain. All you need is a listening heart. So take my hand and remember. Yeah, take my hand and remember. Just take my hand and remember. Remember who you are. Remember who you are.
Alright, and that was the new single off of Katie Perkins' newest album. It's called "Take My Hand." I have to say this has been a very impromptu episode, as that was just a kind of like a last minute thing. But you know what? I just got another song from our actual parent group, Blackline Entertainment Music Group. I will play that in a little while. It's the debut CD, available on August 4th. I believe, let me just double check it. I believe it's through Amazon. and it's called "Baby, Baby You Got It." I'll play that in a little while by Julia, and she's, I believe, if I'm not correct, if I'm saying it correctly, she's going to be singing the national anthem at the Connecticut Panthers home opener on July 23rd. So that's going to be right here in Meriden, Connecticut. So definitely come on out to Falcon Field on the 23rd, and our Blackline Entertainment Music Group artist Julia will be singing the national anthem, if I have that correctly. Yes, she will be there along with Wayne Jones, and so we'll definitely get that out and definitely have some fun with that. So we'll get to that song in a little bit. You know, with everything going on, with everything going on in this country, you know, everybody's been talking about all the movements that are going on. Now, here's the deal. Okay, I'm gonna make a firm stand and say this. Okay, I don't support any kind of violence. Okay, I don't support any kind of protests when it comes to. No, don't get me wrong. When it comes to protesting something and doing the peaceful protest, that's great. That's fine. That's what we need. When it comes to violence, it's giving into hatred. Okay, so Richard Sherman, you know, he's a cornerback for the Seattle Seahawks. Okay, allegedly, there's this guy King Noble. Okay, he's a controversial leader of the Black Lives Matter movement. Okay, and I'm not going one side or the other. I'm not saying that. I'm reading this word for word the way it is. This is it's from the Political Insider. Okay, apparently they put a picture up on Twitter that of Richard Sherman with the with this King Noble guy. Now, I'm going to say this first and foremost. Okay, all lives matter. Okay, not just black, not just white, not just blue, you know, not just Hispanic. Every life in this world matters. If it lives, if it breathes, if it's got a heartbeat, that life matters. Now, I understand the reasoning is, you know, there are the, you know, the black people, the black guys that have been shot that have supposedly been unarmed or, you know, restrained, you know, and killed because of, you know, racist cops or whatever. There's going to be one bad apple. There's always like that, and I'm not condoning anything because, you know what, it's absolutely ridiculous. I do want to read this though, because I think Richard Sherman kind of hits it on the head, hits the nail on the head here. So I'm going to read this from the Political Insider. Seattle Seahawks cornerback Richard Sherman is an NFL star, and he just made it clear he wants nothing to do with the Black Lives Matter movement, especially their more violent members. King Noble is a controversial leader in the Black Lives Matter movement and used Sherman's image in a violent cartoon calling for the killing of white people. Now we're learning Sherman allegedly fired back with a furious response. There is rough language here, and it's definitely not safe for work. But I'm going to read it here, right here on the Sportswire. So here's what Richard Sherman wrote. I did not believe this when I heard about it. I watched your videos. I started a life in the ghetto. I banged like a fool till I woke up. I was not suppressed by any man or woman, white or black. I worked myself up from Compton High School to a scholarship at Stanford University, and I did it myself. I take pride in what I have accomplished both as a black man and as an athlete. I could have stayed in LA and banged and used drugs and thought that it was all the white man's fault. But that would be a lie. We are who we want to be. That is what is great about America. We are all born with the same chances in life, white or black. You choose to be a woman abusing racist loudmouth. I would love to debate you on national TV. And if you condone senseless black shootings of whites and police officers, you better make that a debate on Springer so I can bitch slap your ignorant ass. You are what is keeping and making the black race look bad. Wake up, fool. Do not glorify this half a man. He has worked for nothing. He chose to keep himself where he is, not the white people. It is time to take responsibility for your own actions and not act like a stinking fool. Kids and young black men and women look at this site and believe that they are abused. That is a bold-faced lie. It is out of the mouths of cheap thugs like you that are hurting our young and taking away the chances they have to make themselves a productive part of society. Brothers and sisters, the only slavery in America now is the one you put yourself into. Rise up like Dr. King has taught us and be a real human being. We are all in this together, white and black. Peace to all, and I hope this stupid fake hate stops real soon. We are all brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the tyranny of evil men like this. Lift yourself up, educate yourselves, and work hard for a good life. No one owes you anything. Stand proud as a person of color and do something meaningful with your life. I did, and I am the best at what I do. Peace out, R. Sherman. Sherman is, and I'll go back to the article. Sherman is using strong language to promote Dr. Martin Luther King's views of peace and equality. This sort of principled position is not something you might expect from an NFL star. Democrats have been too quick to embrace a militant movement which treats our police officers and other races in horrible ways. Their views do not have a place in civilized society. What do you think about what Sherman wrote? Please leave a message below. That's from the Political Insider. And, you know, I also want to say something to Brock Lesnar, which, ironic, now here's the ironic part. Okay. Alright, and I just got this from Wayne, so I'm going to read this here. They were armed. No, one let officer know he was armed and had his license to carry. Neither was resisting. I do not condone what the guy did in Dallas, and I pray daily for the families. People think things can't work. Let me tell you something. You and I make it work every single day. I'm black, you're white. I'm a Democrat and support Obama. You're a Republican and support Donald Trump. Yet, we both are brothers and we make it work all the time. We need to deliver that message instead of the hate being done on both sides. And that is absolutely true. That's probably the best thing that I could have ever said. And it's true. And I will say, both of the guys were armed that were shot. Let me get their names because, you know what, I totally forgot what their names were. I know one was Alton. I have to find the news page, and but this is what started the entire Black Lives Movement, and I apologize for not knowing the names off the top of my head. But the two men, one guy was in an open carry state. Okay, so you're able to show that you have a gun, okay, on you. The other guy was in a state where he had a license to carry, and he was telling the cop, you know, I have a license, let me get out of my wallet, and the cop did shoot him, and you know, and I believe it was in front of his young daughter and his girlfriend too, which is probably the absolute worst thing in the world. Okay, I wasn't there, you know, all I know is the news stories, and that's one thing I have to point out, is the media, whether you watch Fox News or CNN or, you know, your local affiliates, everybody puts a slant on it. Okay, everybody's going to say one thing or another to, you know, to get ratings, to drive fear, and that's the problem. Okay, everybody, the media, the government, they're all looking to incite fear because that's what keeps the control. Okay, now I want to say something here, and I want to tell everybody listening one thing, that you know what, you have to rise above this. Don't watch the news. Okay, if you need to know the weather, go to the Weather Channel. Okay, don't watch the news anymore, because CNN is strictly for Democrats. Fox News is strictly for Republicans. The best news, honestly, if you really want to know the best news out there, is probably the most unbiased news source, probably BBC, the British Broadcasting Company. Okay, they're not slanted one way or the other. Okay, they will tell it like it is. So that's probably my best advice would be to go with, you know, BBC. Okay, we are all connected as one. Every single human being in this world. White, black, Asian, Hispanic, man, woman, transgender, lesbian, gay, whatever. Okay, we are all one human race. Okay, sure, things have changed in the world because of whatever adaptations. A lot of people from and if you think about it, a lot of people from from Africa, they got darker skin because they're closer to the sun, and the sun is beating down on them. At least that's what we're told in science class and history class. I don't know how true it is, but the adaptations are what make us different. Different people. Like the people in Scandinavia, they're like neon white. Because they have all snow around them. Polar bears, they develop the white skin to blend, or the white fur to blend in. So everything is evolution, everything is adaptation. Unfortunately, it does make it changed. And there was a long time in this country, during the Civil War era, where, and before the Civil War, that everybody thought slavery was okay. But you know what? The thing about it is that there is still modern day slavery, and maybe it's not, people working on plantations, okay? But the thing is, and it has nothing to do with race, okay? Because white people, we are all citizens of the United States. We are all slaves to the government, because the people that are, I want to kind of put it out there and say the people that are still asleep, okay? And I'm not saying people they're laying in bed snoring away. I'm saying the people that don't want to open their eyes, that don't want to open their ears and really see and hear what is going on. Okay? They're the ones that are keeping us enslaved. Okay? I refuse to be a slave to the hatred. Okay? I refuse to walk down the street and look at somebody and just say, "Ooh, this guy looks different than me. I don't like it." No, I'm going to actually put myself out there and say, "You know what? Hey, how are you?" On my walk, if I see somebody walking, I'm going to say good morning or good afternoon. At work, working with the public, I try to make a personal connection with every single guest that comes in, no matter what nationality, no matter what race they are, no matter which gender they are, no matter what, sexual orientation or whatever identity they are. Okay? That's what it is when you're working with people. Okay? Richard Sherman put it perfectly. Okay? And, for him being an NFL star and an entertainer at that, he has to connect with everybody. And he said it right. Everybody is born with the same chance. Okay? It's like going back to Jim Ross. Okay? Good old JR. They had a Legends of Wrestling that was based around the Monday Night War. Okay, or Monday Night, either the Monday Night War or the NWO. I can't remember which one he said it on. Okay. When you put salespeople on commission, they are more apt to work towards what they want. When you put salespeople on salary, they get lazy because they're already getting a guaranteed paycheck. Okay. It's like that. It's when WWE and WCW were in their Monday Night War, back in the late 90s, all right, between Raw and Nitro. Okay, WCW was giving out guaranteed contracts. WWE, you had opportunities. You had a set base salary, but you could make more based on your merchandise sales, based on the attendances, based on how many, whatever. So that's what happened with WCW. Everybody got lazy. They started falling apart because they didn't take those opportunities because they were handed stuff. It's the same thing in this country. It's a little different because I don't want to make it seem like I'm talking about people that are being handed anything. The thing is, okay, we are all born out of wombs. Okay, we are all born, we all go through the growing up process. We are all born with the same chances in life, no matter what nationality you are. Okay? If you're born in this country of America, the United States of America, Okay, you have that opportunity to be whatever you want, regardless of your race. But you know what? It goes from generation to generation to generation. It's passed out. Fear and limitations are passed down through the generations. And this is one of the places that I've been getting to, is that what I was raised with, okay, the limitations that were put on me from my upbringing, okay, are all wrong. Okay, because I know I can do whatever I want. Okay, I know I could do whatever I put my mind to. The problem is, too many parents nowadays pass on to their children a kind of limitation. Okay, whether, and I can't speak for, African American families, okay, because, I'm not black. Okay, I can't speak for what goes on in their households. Okay, so I'm not going to assume anything. But I know in my household, being a full Italian, okay, and my mother had her traumatic experiences. Okay, my mother is very overprotective, and I said that numerous times on the show, on the Sportswire. Okay, so I grew up with a lot of limitations that I thought were necessary for me to stay safe or to live or whatever. Okay, but growing up and actually meeting other people and experiencing things for myself, I realized that it was my mother's fear that was controlling me. So I had to break that, and I'm still going through it every single freaking day. Okay? My mother's a very judgmental person. Okay, so I had to break that as well. Because growing up, I realized, that I started to prejudge people. And I'm not saying racism or anything. I'm saying just people in general. If people have, too many piercings, or too many tattoos, or whatever. Okay? I just simply didn't give people the time of day based on how I interpreted how they look. And that's the worst possible thing in this world to do, because of the simple fact that, you can't judge a book by its cover. I mean, that's an old cliche, but when you actually get to know somebody, you get to know them. You get to know their past, what they went through. You get to know what their limitations are. Get through what their upbringing is like. And then you can work together to make this world a better place. If we all just sat and talked and got things out, we could understand where both come from. Okay? Now, I will say this, that, it's unfortunate that so many people are going against the police officers and the cops, because they're doing their job. Now, of course, like I said, there's going to be good cops and bad cops, and unfortunately, the bad cops, were dispatched that night or pulled the people over, whatever. And that's probably the absolute worst freaking thing that ever happened. Okay? I could not imagine. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this out there. On May 10th, when I got my job, okay? Remember I said that I was going to talk about something that happened with Desiree? Well, here's the deal, okay? Desiree had moved on after, she broke up with me, started dating this guy, okay? And now, this is probably going to be the most controversial thing I'm going to say, okay? He's a guy that spent a lot of, and I don't know his full name, so I'm not even going to use it. He's a guy that spent 19 years in prison, in and out of prison, okay? A guy from the streets, he's gang affiliated, okay? On May 10th, when I got my job, okay, at the Farmington Marriott where I'm working now, okay, when I got that job, okay, that was the day I got the interview and I got the job. Okay, she was the first person that I texted. I texted to see how she did at court for her driver's for a ticket for her accident, and she called me up in tears, crying. This guy was shot 4 times right in front of her, and he was bleeding in her car. She brought him to the hospital. And the guy stuck a gun in her glove box. She did what she had to do, okay, and here's the thing, okay? From that day on, even before I knew the guy, okay? Now, I still don't know the guy. I never talked to him, okay? And I never met him, okay? But again, that experience shaped my view of him. Okay? Just from hearing her cry and hearing her be hurt. Okay? Now, I'm not going to get too much into it because, again, I don't want to judge. Okay? Whatever he was doing, it was a bad thing. Okay? And I'm going to leave it at that. But the fact is that even now, I still judge people based on experiences. Okay? Which, if that's your first impression of somebody, yeah, that's probably going to be your best, that's going to be your thing. But, it's like, I know that people can change because I'm proof of that. Okay? I've been to prison. I was in prison for a total of 21 months. Okay? And I've said it before, I am a registered sex offender here in Connecticut. Okay? I screwed up. Seriously. Okay? And I've changed. I've turned my life completely around. Okay? So I know that people can change. But that's the thing, is that we all have that opportunity to change. The problem lies when people look at your past and judge you based on your past and don't sit down to talk to you and say, you know what? This guy's really changed his life around. Okay, now, if you're still doing the same crap day in and day out and get you into that lifestyle and you don't want to leave a lifestyle that you're in, that's your choice. Okay? You can't, it's almost like the mob mentality. Once you're in, you're in. No. If you're in and you want to get out, you make the necessary steps to get out. Okay? And that's it. You always have a choice in life. Now, granted, your choices may get you hurt, because if you know too much in certain lifestyles, you're going to be a target. But see, here's the thing, okay? I firmly believe that everybody can change their life around. Okay? I firmly, 110% believe that everybody can change their life around for the better. And that's just it. Okay? And some people have a lot of work to do. Some people, don't have a lot of work to do, but everybody has to change. Everybody has to put up or shut up, basically. That's the way it comes to. Is, if you want to make this world a better place, violence is not the answer. Okay? Now, I had gotten into an argument. Now, here's another thing. Okay, parents, a lot of it has to do with parenting. Okay, and I'll be the first person to admit that. But you know what? There's a lot of people, and I'm not saying it one way or the other for one certain set of people. There's a lot of problems in this country. Period. If you go back to, the 40s and the 50s, and, people were able to survive on one income. The father can work, the mother can stay home with the kids and raise the kids and give them morals and ethics and teach them the right way to do things. Okay? Now, of course, that's the vision that we get in our head of when we're in history class. Salaries were, relatively high for the time. Mortgages and car payments were so low that you could afford to have a car. Nowadays it's so tough because you can't even raise a family on one income. You can't even raise yourself on one income. You cannot have, in most places nowadays, especially the Northeast, like Connecticut and New York, and, you cannot have a one-bedroom apartment on your own getting paid $13 an hour, $14 an hour. You need to literally be making about $18 an hour to afford a one-bedroom apartment. If you get help, from the government help, then that's what you got to do. But it's good to get people that deserve the help that get the help. Okay? And, and this goes by every race, every nationality. There are people that abuse the system that don't want to work because they know they're going to get their cash assistance or their food stamps. Okay? But when people get hurt, people get injured, people get disabled, that's when they need help. That's who should get the help. Not people who are able to work and just pop out children because they don't want to work, so they get, state assistance. that's no way to live. Okay, because then they don't care about their... I'm not saying they don't care about their kids, but what I'm saying is, they don't care what happens because they're just happy that, they're able to get the assistance. And it's sad. It really is. If you legitimately need help, you should be able to get the help. And like I said, being that we're in the Northeast, okay, many people cannot afford to live, it's like hell. I'm going to be completely open here and transparent. I make $13 an hour, okay, at the hotel I work at now, which is higher than I've ever made before. Okay, now I do have child support coming out of my paycheck to support my son, okay, which is all well and good for me. But even with the amount of money I make on a bi-weekly basis, my rent is $315 a month. Okay, I have my bills, I have stuff I have to pay, but you know what? I could still hardly make a living on that. I can't save any money. And then pretty soon I'm going to have to start paying for health insurance out of my paycheck. That's $200 a freaking paycheck for health insurance. So you tell me where that Affordable Care Act is, because it's not around. It's not affordable, especially when you have life to live. You have kids to support. Okay? That's, and then you have to have it or you get fined on your taxes. That's probably the worst thing that President Obama ever did. The worst thing for working people. For people who are trying to make a living. The worst thing, in my opinion. Alright. Alright, no new debut. Let's get to that song that I said we were going to get to. Blackline Entertainment Music Group artist Julia. You will be able to see her live in Meriden, Connecticut at the Connecticut Panthers home opener on July 23rd, Saturday at Falcon Field. Alright, here's her debut single, Baby You Got It, right here on the Sportswire.
You got
All right, and that was "Baby You Got It" by Julia right here on the Sportswire. Blackline Entertainment and Blackline Entertainment Music Group artist, and like I said, she will be live singing the national anthem at the 2016 home opener for the Connecticut Panthers on July 23rd, 2016 at Falcon Field in Meriden. Game kicks off at 6:30, so I would venture to say be there at 5:30, and it's going to be fantastic. We're looking forward to it. Okay, so we've had a pretty intense show for you today. I didn't even get a chance to go over the Major League Baseball All Star Game rosters. Actually, I think I did last week go over the rosters, but let me get there, because tonight is actually the Home Run Derby. Tomorrow is the actual All Star Game, and so let's get there. Yes, tonight is the Home Run Derby. Here's the lineup of the players that are in the Home Run Derby tonight. All right, Mark Trumbo from Baltimore, Seager from the Dodgers. Let's see. Yeah, Corey Seager from the Dodgers, Robinson Cano from the Mariners, John Carlos Stanton from the Marlins, Adam Duvall from the Cincinnati Reds, Myers from San Diego, Todd Frazier from the White Sox, and Carlos Gonzalez from the Colorado Rockies. Those are the Home Run Derby players. Let's go to the All-Star rosters for you. And All-Star Game. Let's see if they have the actual rosters here. Trying to find All-Star rosters. Here we go. So let's. This is the All-Star rosters by Esurance. There we go. Let's get there. You know, you have to go through link after link after link to find what you want. Here we go. For the starters for the American League, catcher Salvador Perez from the Royals. First baseman Eric Hosmer from the Royals. Second baseman Jose Altuve from the Astros. Third base Manny Machado from the Orioles. Shortstop Xander Bogaerts from the Red Sox. Outfielders Mookie Betts from the Red Sox, Jackie Bradley Jr. from the Red Sox, and Mike Trout from the Angels. And then the designated hitter David Ortiz from the Red Sox. In the reserves area, the Stephen Vaught from the Athletics, Matt Wieters from the Orioles, Miguel Cabrera from the Tigers, Robinson Cano from the Mariners, Josh Donaldson from the Blue Jays, Francisco Lindor from the Indians, Eduardo Nunez from the Twins, Carlos Beltran from the Yankees, Ian Desmond from the Rangers, Mark Trumbo from the Orioles, and Edwin Encarnacion from the Blue Jays. Pitchers, Dellin Betances from the Yankees, Brad Brack from the Orioles, Zach Britton from the Orioles, Alex Colomé from the Rays, Wade Davis from the Royals, Marco Estrada from the Blue Jays, Cole Hamels from the Rangers, Will Harris from the Astros, Kelvin Herrera from the Royals, Craig Kimbrell from the Red Sox, Andrew Miller from the Yankees, Danny Salazar from the Indians, Chris Sale from the White Sox, and Stephen Ray from the Red Sox. The final vote candidates are Ian Kinsler from the Tigers, Evan Longoria from the Rays, Dustin Pedroia from the Red Sox, Michael Saunders from the Blue Jays, and George Springer from the Astros. In the National League, starters, catcher Buster Posey from the Giants, Anthony Rizzo from the Cubs, Ben Zobrist from the Cubs, Chris Bryant from the Cubs, Addison Russell from the Cubs. The entire infield is made up of the Cubs. Outfielders are Yoenis Cespedes from the Mets, Dexter Fowler from the Cubs, and Bryce Harper from the Nationals. For the reserves, Jonathan Lucroy from the Brewers, Wilson Ramos from the Nationals, Paul Goldschmidt from the Diamondbacks, Will Myers from the Padres, Daniel Murphy, who's had a fantastic weekend against his old team, he's from the Nationals, Nolan Arenado from the Rockies, Matt Carpenter from the Cardinals, Corey Seager from the Dodgers, Adam Duvall from the Reds, Carlos Gonzalez from the Rockies, Odubel Herrera from the Phillies, and Marcell Ozuna from the Marlins. For pitchers, Jake Arrieta from the Cubs, Madison Bumgarner, who pitched a one-hitter last night in a 4-0 shutout, he's from the Giants, Johnny Cueto from the Giants, Juris Familia from the Mets, Jose Fernandez from the Marlins, Kenley Jansen from the Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw from the Dodgers, John Lester from the Cubs, Mark Melancon from the Pirates, A.J. Ramos from the Marlins, Fernando Rodney from the Marlins, Steven Strasburg from the Nationals, Noah Syndergaard from the Mets, and Julio Teheran from the Braves. Final vote candidates are Brandon Belt from the Giants, Ryan Braun from the Brewers, Jake Lamb from the Diamondbacks, Starling Marte from the Pirates, and Trevor Story from the Rockies. So those are your 2016 Major League Baseball rosters for this week, being All-Star Week. All right, so folks, I want to say thank you for listening. Again, the show always goes off the beaten track all the time. But you know what? I will say this. We have a great show, and I am still looking for a female co-host for a relationship-based show because of, well, I think it's needed at this point. So definitely stay tuned to Blackline Entertainment and Sports Network because we've got a lot coming up. Remember, Saturday it's going to be Connecticut Panthers whole opening game. They're going to be in Hartford against the Hartford Colts. And, I'm not going to be on play-by-play, but I've got somebody on play-by-play already. So, so we're all set. Thank you all for listening. Try to practice some love. Go out and just give the random stranger a hug. You might be able to make their day. Okay? So, definitely. Try to get the fear out of your head. Try to get the imagined limitations out of your head. Because you can do anything you put your mind to. Anything at all. The limitations are what keep you behind. Okay? It's the limitations, it's expectations that hurt you. So, just get out there. Do what you can. And make a difference. Alright, I'm going to end out this episode with... Last week we put out We Are the World. This week I'm going to put on the newer version, We Are the World 25 for Haiti. Of course, this came out in 2010 when Haiti had the earthquake. But here's We Are the World 25 for Haiti, right here on the Sportswire. We'll see you next week.
There comes a time when we hit a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all.
We can't go on pretending day by day
that someone somehow will soon make a change.
We are all a part of God's great big family, and it's true, love is all we need. We are the ones, we are the children, we are the ones who make a brighter day, so let's start giving. There's a choice we're making, we're saving our own lives. It's true, we'll make a better day, just you and me. Well, set up your heart, oh, so they know that someone cares.
So their cries for help will not be in vain.
We can't let them suffer. No, we cannot turn away.
Right now, they need a helping hand. No someone lie. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. we make a better day. Just you and me. You're the world. We are children. Let's start giving. There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day. Just you and me.
Come on now, let me hear you.
We are the world. We are the children. Start giving. It's true, it's you and me. We all need somebody that we can lean on. When you wake up, look around and see that your dream's gone. When the earth quakes, we'll help you make it through the storm. When the floor breaks, a magic carpet to stand on. We are the world united by love so strong. When the radio isn't on, you can hear the song. A guiding light on the dark road you're walking on. A signpost to find the dreams you thought was gone. Someone to help you move the obstacles you stumbled on. Someone to help you rebuild after the rubble's gone. We are the world connected by a common bond. Love, the whole planet singing along.
We are the children. Let's start
Everyday citizens, everybody pitching in. You and I, 12 days, no water, what's your will to live? We'll amplify the love and watch it multiply. Feeling like the world's end, we can make the world win. Like Katrina, Africa, Indonesia, and now Haiti needs us. They need us, they need us. We are the children.
IT.